Hi, my name is Terry and I'm here for March So Fun. The sun is out shining bright today and I'm glad to be here. I hope you enjoy all the products I have to show you. My first one is called the Truvy bag. I've had this pattern for a little while and decided I needed to make something with it for a retreat I'm going to coming up next month. This is the first bag I made. So this bag is great. It has deep pockets in it so you can put all your notions. It has a snap out pocket here. It calls for clear vinyl, which we have brought in. It also called for metal snaps, and I just used the plastic ones. They work fine. We brought in the hardware here for the zipper, and there's a hidden sew-in magnet to close it. It is a great bag, and of course I used fabric from my shelves at home that have notions and cute little sewing things on them. The second bag I made was made from fabric that I bought at Rocky Mountain. And as you can see right here, it was just clear fabric. Well, I purchased the Avenir, and they have a program on it where you can enter the size of your quilt, the size of your hoop, and it will embroider your quilt for you. Well, I also have been watching her videos, and when she did it, she did some denim that was like this, where she just put the design on. So I entered in everything. It is so nice the way it works. I love it. And I made this embellished fabric. And from this embellished fabric, I made my second bag, which I didn't put the clear vinyl, I put vinyl mesh in here. I personally like it better with the vinyl mesh. I also, again, used the plastic snaps for it. This is a great bag to put all your notions in. It would also be very nice to travel with and put your makeup in. And that is called the Truvy bag. The next book I'm going to talk about is the Encyclopedia of Pieced Quilts. This book is full of different quilt patterns. You can look for them by their name. You can look for them by a star or a flower or whatever. It tells you the year they came out and who probably published it. And sometimes there's more than one thing that it tells you about, but this is an excellent book to have in your resource center. Recently, I was searching the web for every kind of name I could think of to call this one pattern, and sure enough, I found it in here. So that was a great thing. And this is called the Encyclopedia of Pieced Patterns Quilt. The next one I'm going to talk about is this nice little embroidered option that we have, and it's called So Necessary. It comes with the instructions to do it with a satin finish. It's applique in the embroidered applique. So you can do it with a satin finish, or you can do it with the blanket stitch finish. And for those of you who like to sit down and do handwork, there's also instructions for the handwork. This would be a great gift to give to one of your sewing friends or to put in your sewing room. It's just a really good thing. Next project I have is this table runner. It's called Bunny Ear Boulevard. It was a fun little table runner to make, and as you can tell, I like bright colors, so I had to purchase some pastels for Easter. So the only thing I changed about this one particular item was they had done each one of these squares with the border also pieced into the square, and I did not like all the separate little lines, so I just did the bunnies and then I made a strip and put it here. But this was a fun one to make. I did the edges of it, the binding of it, I should say, by figuring out the total dimension and then dividing it by the number of cuts and adding 2.5 inches to each one. It came out perfect. I was very surprised. But this is a fun one to make. It's quick and easy to sew up. It's called Bunny Ear Boulevard. The next one is called Hopscotch. It's also a table runner. It's quite a bit larger than the last one, and my friend Sally put this one together. It was made with a charm pack that we brought in called Sunday Breakfast. It is such a cute design. She had some fabric that pretty much matched it for the back. She said it was easy, and she just enjoyed all the colors. This again is called Hopscotch, and it finishes at 17 by 54. The next one is our block of the month, Bunny Knoll on Wander Lane. So for this project, I made this little hot pad, or yeah, it's a hot pad, or you can put it on the table to put your hot dish on. It was so cute. I loved all the applique. I love doing machine applique because to me it's very relaxing. So you trace your patterns. It's got the pattern that comes in the book. You trace it off. You iron it on your fabric. You cut it out. You put it on here, and then you just go around and finish. I did add little stitches from my fancy stitches here to give it some grass and some leaves. I think it turned out really cute. I also made this pillow, and I did all the applique the same again. I did Happy Easter and Somebody Loves You with my embroidery machine and just typed in the phrases and put it on there after I had finished this. The tulips are also a design in here, and I think this little pillow is a nice bright addition for springtime and for Easter. And this is our block of the month pattern. The next one I want to talk about is called Art to Heart again, and it's called Table Please Part Number 1. It's for spring and summer and for birthdays. So I did this cute little runner. You wouldn't have to make it this long. I just did what it said in the instructions. So the way you do this, they have a pattern and you trace your flower out, you cut out your fabric. I used iron-on fusible batting, and then I added all the little different aspects of a flower on them and put little buttons. And I think it's nice and bright and cheery. It stacks very easy to store away. And the only thing is you do hand sew the flowers together. I could not figure out a way to put the flowers together where it would not show. So I hand sewed these. The next thing on this is my chair cover and a placemat for birthdays. This placemat I made and chair cover to give to my granddaughter because when her stepkids come, they celebrate their birthdays in the summer. They live in Italy, so when they come over for the summer with their dad, they celebrate their birthdays. So I thought this would be great. They'll have their own table spot and the chair cover. The chair cover was very easy to make. It just slips on any size of chair because you tie it so you can adjust it. Again, this is all applique done with your sewing machine, not in the hoop. And I think it turned out really cute. I like the little glitter I put for the background of it. This is called Table Please Part 1. The next one I want to talk about is this little mobile I made. Well, actually, I made the flowers. My husband did the mobile. It is freestanding lace earrings by a new designer that we have called Baby Moon. I made one pair of the little earrings, which I will be giving to my sister because she likes daisies. The other earrings I decided would be really fun to do something different with them instead of earrings. This little mobile, of course, you would not put outside because it's very fragile. So you'd put it in your window or maybe hang it in the bathroom to add some color or something. It's just a fun little thing to look at. And these stitched up very nicely. She did a good job digitizing them, and I think that it turned out really cute. I will probably hang it in my kitchen window. The next project is called Bloom. This is a kit. So this one is also machine applique, not in the hoop, but just plain machine applique. It comes with the kit, all the fabrics included. The only thing you have to buy is the pillow form to put it in. Everything is already laser cut with the sticky back so you can iron it on when you get it placed properly. Even this little tie for the back of the wrap is there, and it comes off so you can just have this plain pillow, or you can add a wrap. And you could make other wraps if you wanted to, so you could use this pillow more than just once. But super simple because it's all included. The instructions are all included, and it's all laser cut. And again, it's called Bloom Pillow Kit. The next one I'm going to talk about is the Posh pack. So this is a pack that you put around your waist. You use a special ruler, which we have brought in to make it. It zips both ways so you can open it up. Nice and big. I appliqued the front pockets from a design that came on the Avenir. The inside is completely lined with no raw edges. The waistband adjusts and you can make it fit whatever size you need. It has a little snap to hook it together, which all the hardware we have brought in. And this one here, we brought in this nice bright tape. We have different colors of it. So if you have some nice bright fabric you would like to make it with, you could get some nice fun tape. I think we got assorted colors. And then the zipper is called a rainbow zipper, so we also brought that in as well. So again, this is a nice little, well, they used to call them fanny packs. And it's called Posh pack. Okay, let's talk about the pants. My sister really liked the pattern for the pants and slacks, so she bought some denim and made denim jeans, and she embellished the pockets so they're nice and bright. She did say you need to use really stretchy fabric for this pattern. And I just wanted to show you how the stretch in the denim is. There was a lot of stretch in this denim. You have an option to put the pockets on the front or back, and so she blinged and put them on the front and the back. She said the fly zipper was a little bit different than what she had made because in the past, so she had to wrap her head around it to figure it out. But the reason it's different is because you just put this fly here and you sew the zipper up part way because you're putting a facing on the inside. After she figured that out, she didn't have any problem with it. She enjoyed making them, and she enjoyed it so much, she made a second pair of slacks, and she didn't even put pockets on this pair. So it's just a nice little pair of slacks to wear. So this one, it has two views. The jeans she made with the belled view, and this pair of pants she made, they fit through the hips, but they were bigger in the legs all the way down. The jeans fit through the hips and thighs and then just got big at the bottom. So she liked the pattern a lot. It was not a complicated pattern. It did take a little while, but it was not complicated. So probably a beginner, intermediate would be fine with it. The next project is this jacket that I made. You can wear it both ways. The jacket was a lot of fun to make because there's no buttons or buttonholes. There's no snaps. It's just a loose-fitting jacket. So this one I made out of woven linen. I washed and dried it, and it shrunk to where I had like this much fabric left at the end when I cut it out. So I looked at what I took a picture of from the store, and it said, "You may wash, but line dry." So I shrunk it up really good, but I love it. It's nice and soft feeling, and it gives such a different look than the other denim I used. So this one, the pocket is put in differently than I've ever done a pocket. Super simple though. You sew the pocket this way together, up the pocket, down and across. Then you just lay it down in the back. So when you stitch your edging, your hem up in it, the pocket fits right in it. Size 8 is what I made. I also did a denim jacket. So on the denim jacket, I ended up bleaching the denim so it looked worn. I didn't like it just solid black. And the fabric was very old because I had 3 yards of it, and it cost me $3. So you know I've had it for a while. You cannot do that nowadays. I really enjoyed making it. I had a little trouble with the bleaching. I actually bleached it too much in some places, had to go back and add some color to it, but it was a fun project. And on the back of it, I embroidered a Tula Pink design of a sewing machine and some flowers. And on the very, very bottom of it, on the waistband, I put a little Tula Pink border that she had in there. So I really enjoyed the jacket pattern. It is easy. It is a beginner-friendly pattern. All right, that will bring me to my book. Well, I actually have another pattern, but I don't see it laying here. This pattern, I can't even remember what it's called, but it was a fun pattern to make. It comes with the circle as a thing you trace, and you make a template with it. And the circle fits perfect. There's no clipping to it, no anything. It was a really fun thing to do. I used the circle and curved the corners. So this is the wall hanging size. You would need to do 4 of these to make the quilt, but it is beautiful. And this is called Floribunda, and it was a charm pack, the fabric I used. And then I quilted it in the hoop on my new machine. This here is a fabric wall that I brought in. It is the best wall I've ever had. So I have a very small sewing room, so I looked online and I found this design lady who made where you can roll it up and roll it down. So I have it hanging over my closet, and I used felt to begin with, and the felt didn't hold my stuff. I was so disappointed because it's not flat against the wall where you can push it on. This here, this fabric is fantastic. It will not fall off. You have to really pull it to get it off, and you can just lay it on there. I think it's some type of fiber, but it comes in a bag, and it says you can take it to like class or to a retreat or something, lay your quilt out, fold it up, take it home, and you've not lost how it needs to lay out. So that is a really good, nice project quilt wall. The next one I have is this book called By Request, Easy Layer Cake Quilts. And I have 2 layer cakes that we brought in. This one's called Birds. And this one is called, oh, I have them over here. Let's see. Sorry about that. All right, the first one is called Chirp. That's what it is. This is the Chirp one. This one is Flower Patches. So I made the Chirp one first because it came in first, and it's fairly easy. It didn't take a long time. I actually had a lot of fun making this. I sewed all of these little blocks, and then I moved them around on my design wall. Now that I have a design wall, it's so much easier than using the floor. The next pattern I did was also an easy pattern, and it is called Square Circles. And when I got this layer cake, it was so beautiful. I wanted to use a pattern that had big pieces of fabric in it so you could see them nicely. So this one went together. You would just sew this little spot here and add a square here, and then you would sew the center square on. When I embroidered it, I kind of looked at the picture and kind of followed what they did, and I just think it turned out really cute. It was a lot of fun to make, and I don't think there's one pattern in this book that is a hard pattern. Everything was super simple and quick. It's a great little fast layer cake book. A few of the notions that we brought in this time, one of them is this nice little puzzle. We started doing some puzzles this year. This one has nice large pieces, so it'll be a very quick one to make. I have not had time to make it yet. I also have this nice little superior thread stand, which is portable. So you can, the bottom screws in, the bottom thread holder screws in, so you could put a larger cone on here. This one here just goes, you could put it here, you could put it in any of these little holes to put a smaller spool on. It's a nice little stand, and because it folds down like this, it doesn't take too much room to pack for class or to take somewhere with you. The next thing we brought in was this true cut ergonomic rotary blade. This is very nice because you have to hold it where your wrist is like this, and it cuts very nicely. You want to make sure you have your thumb on the thumb rest when you're doing it. It is made for left or right, and it's really good on your wrist. I really liked using it. It also has these little plastic things that come off, so you can identify it as yours when you go to class, and nobody will be able to have it. It says your name. This is my favorite notion. It's a seam ripper that we brought in. It's nice and small. It's very sharp. I know I bring in seam rippers often, but it's because when they start getting dull, they're no good. They rip your fabric instead of ripping your thread. So I brought in another one this time. It's ergonomically correct as well. It keeps your wrist in the right position. And the best thing about it is this little end that's a thread picker. So after you rip, and then you pull it apart, you have all those little threads. This goes right along the edge and picks them off. And it does not fray your fabric like some of those bigger ones that you use to brush the threads off. They will kind of fray the fabric. This is just the perfect size. All of the hardware for all the projects we brought in